Everybody, welcome back to Hex Token channel. Hope you guys are having a good time out there. And of course, I'm your host, Superman. Let's get into it. Deep dive. And of course, Deadpool today says that high Ethereum gas fees suck. That's breaking news from Deadpool. And so there we are, folks. It's official. High Ethereum gas fees do suck. And of course, we have the solution. So don't go anywhere. We have the solution. PulseChain is coming. Of course, the first system state fork of Ethereum, first system state copy. Everything on Ethereum is getting copied over, and we're going to have super fast and super cheap gas feeds. So never fear, PulseChain is coming near. So it's going to be a lot of fun, folks. Stay tuned. If you're playing around on Ethereum these days, if you're doing NFT trading, things like that, do not worry, because PulseChain is coming. And of course, it's going to be the biggest airdrop in crypto history, biggest yield farm in crypto history, and the fastest way to mass adoption with awesome deflationary fundamentals. You guys are going to love it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into it, folks. Get into the chat, say hello, and let's see where we are at this stage. We've got Brazology in the house there. The gas fees came back down today, but yesterday they were horrid. It was going to cost $1,500 for a friend to claim Headron bonus. That's just insane. And the same to claim Dodge Pulse coin. Crazy. Now, why is it happening? Because of congestion on the Ethereum blockchain with adoption. Adoption is causing massive congestion, and of course, there's only a small transaction per second pipe. The pipe's really small on Ethereum, and maybe theoretically it's around about 25, but in actuality, something like 8 to 9 transactions per second. So very small pipe, and of course, it is really quite old technology from that point of view. Its advantage, of course, is the smart contracts. Smart contracts are proven durable, reliable technology. So, you've got your 721s, your OC20s, your 1155s, your 677s, all sorts of tokens on there that are very reliable. So, there we are. Alex K's in house. Yes, Gwei was in the 5,000 to 7,000 range. I heard it was some virtual land sale somewhere, and people racing to grab the best locations in some metaverse. Can't imagine how much they were paying in gas fees. Well, apparently they're paying a lot, paying something like 2 Ethereum in gas fees. So it was pretty insane in the membrane. Brendan says, hello all. Hey, Brendan, good to see you. And Jim at Crypto, Hex Token. Hey, big shout out to Jim at Crypto. Great show. I was actually watching a little bit earlier. So your last show about, what was it, 6 hours ago or 7 hours ago? Big shout out to Jim at Crypto. Top Gun Hexadean in the house. Woo! Hey, Top Gun Hexadean, great to see you in the chat. Now, if you haven't seen Top Gun Hexadean, I think that Top Gun Hexadean is the best analytical commentary in the PulseChain Hex ecosystem. So if you haven't go subscribe to his channel, go and subscribe to Top Gun Hexadean. I really think he's going to change the whole game. And a big shout out to you, brother. Keep it up. Really is awesome. Beam D in the house. Hey, woo! Hey, good to see you, Beam D. And a PulseChain Susan, Jim, Absolutely. Hey, Jim. All right. So Lazy Hexkin says, woohoo, what's up? Something, well, the ETH price was up, that's for sure. And Jim, Top Gun. So some channel love there. What's up? Woohoo, Crypto Freedom in the house. Yep, and Masso's in there too. Hey, what's up, good people? Hookshot's got the question mark. Not sure what that's about. And Tintot says, what's up, Hexkins? Welcome back. Superman says, Hex and Choice. Hey, it's great to be back. Now, we've been doing, the last 2 days, we've done 3 live streams on the Hex price and the fundamentals. We did Maximus as well, which was amazing. So it's been a really fun time over the weekend. And here we are, Monday here in New Zealand. It's currently Monday. It is 11:20 a.m. in the morning, and the 2nd of May. So we're getting into it. James Bond in this house as well. Good morning, 18. Good to see you. And 4-5s in there too. Hey, what's up, boys? Says 4-5s. And X-Force, let's do this. Woo! Top Gun is a god. Yeah, he's doing a great job. So if you haven't subbed to his channel, go and sub to his channel, because he's really awesome. And he does it in a really fun, sense of human way. And I know you guys will enjoy it a lot. T's in the house there. Big bonfire. We love it. Tin Top as well, and Morris is in there too. Man, everyone's just jumping in the chat. So welcome everybody. It really is pretty awesome. And of course, Brennan says Hex Token is a stream machine. That's right. We are two live streams a day, pretty much moved to full time, and we're having a lot of fun because, hey, you guys are lucky, man. all you guys are lucky. You're early before PulseChain launches, and what a perfect time. And if you're on Ethereum, you're not familiar with PulseChain, hopefully you'll learn a bit about PulseChain during this live stream, because as Deadpool says, you know, Ethereum high gas fees they suck. They really do. And so what we're going to talk about PulseChain. It's going to offer more than just cheap gas fees though, and high throughput, fast speed. It's going to offer you the biggest airdrop in crypto history, the biggest yield farming, and of course deflationary tokenomics, and the fastest way to mass adoption like you've never seen. So hold on to your hat, folks. It's going to be awesome. You're going to find out lots of added value for you. Top Gun, follow me on Twitter so we can DM, says Jim Ray Crypto. Hookshot says, has anyone talked about how to purchase Pulse once it launches? And we talk about it all the time, Hookshot. So it's not just this channel, but other channels have talked about it as well. So cool. I've actually got a video or two on that, so you can go back and check that on the channel, Hookshot. Jim Ray Crypto says, if Hex Token says that about you, got to have you on the show, says Jim Ray Crypto. That's true. So let's get into it. I would say let's have a look at the gas price here. This is the gas tracker on Nansen. If you haven't seen Nansen before, Nansen's really cool. There is actually a pro version. You can sign up for pricing. I'm just using the free stuff because I'm cheap. Okay, so there we are, because we're talking about cheap gas fees, right? So there we are. We're talking about cheap gas fees. So here we are on the gas tracker on Nansen. Very awesome details here. You can see over the last day, we've got these high gas fees. We're tricking along here at around 60 Gwei. Just started off the day nice and easy, 60 Gwei. That's it's kind of high still on Ethereum, but it's kind of acceptable. Given the fact that you get brainwashed with the gas fees, you get acceptable. And of course, here we go, climbing up. Everyone's forgotten about 2 or 3 Gwei. We've all forgotten about those times. 2 or 3 Gwei is gone, burger. And of course, there we are. It starts rising up during the day, and then of course 77. Everyone's like, oh yeah, okay. And then suddenly, bam, 8,000 Gwei. My God, what's happening to my babies? It's like insane, right? So 8,000 Gwei. It's just insane in the membrane, right? And it's just crazy stuff. And so we're having to put that up with that. What time was that? What was 1 o'clock in the afternoon? From looks at it, whatever time this is. I guess it's UTC time. And then of course it keeps going up. 5,000 Gwei. It's up there all the time. Everyone's having heart attacks trying to claim the hedron. As what does the Brazology say? Brazology says everyone's trying to claim the hedron. And what's the price of the hedron there? $1,500 to claim the hedron. I mean, it's just insane. And it's crazy stuff there for sure. And then what do we have? We have then the gas stayed up for quite a while. So what's that, about 2 hours? 2 hours. We got extremely high gas fees there, or 2.5 hours. And then it suddenly starts coming down, and we get down to the couple hundreds, of course. And we think, oh, a couple hundred used to be high, but then it was insane. And then we come down to relatively low gas fees. And that's what happens in a small pipe. You got a small pipe. You can only push so much water through that pipe, or in this case, transactions, and that's just the way it goes. And it's eased off since then, so not too bad now. We're back down in the 50 to 80 range there, 40 to 80 range in the recent times. So you can see that's what caused it. But this happens all the time, right? This happens all the time on the Ethereum blockchain. We got the marketplace here. We've got some of the gas consumer accounts, so this gives a nice idea of what was happening. We have OpenSea Marketplace, that's normally at the top. We have Uniswap there, that's normally at the top. But of course, we had this other one here, Other Deed for Other Side. So Other Deed for Other Side is, as Alex K said, a metaverse, and of course in the NFT space as well, and dropping to all the big, got all the big NFT projects in it. And of course, that was a huge gas burner there at the moment. So pretty big. And let's have a little zoom on that. We can jump over to the NFT space. We can see the NFT collection. So we're just filtered by NFT collection here. We've got Other Deed for Other Side there. Now, we did point this out yesterday during the live stream, but you can see where this is. Also involved with this is Bored Ape and Mutant Ape and other things like that. So you can see they're really high too. But you can see the ETH volume during the day, the 24 hours. This 24 hours, and you can see the ETH volume, 115,000 Ethereum. So it's a pretty big deal. And of course, that was going there, average price there as well. So obviously a lot of trading going on there for the Paradise. So let's jump over to the next one. We've got the website for Other Side xy.xyz. So if you want to check this out, I'll post it in the chat there. if you want to have a look at that in bigger detail. Bam, there we go. Cool. So we've got the other side there. You can see that in the link. Bam, there it is. And so this is a metaverse world. Of course, other side, it actually is very cool. I can understand if you're in it, because a lot of people, they stay in their lane. Like if they're in NFT speculation, they'll stay in the NFT speculation lane. I'm in a couple of groups that do that full time. They give what they call a meta download, so you can get early access and get the best NFTs, things like that. So this is pretty cool. They've got a very cool trailer. We're not going to play the sound on this, but we're just going to watch the view there. And of course, you can watch this with the sound. But this is the kind of hype, and this is in the NFT space. You can see what caused the gas fees to rise so quickly. It's very stylish type of place to be. So they're playing funky music. So it's kind of got cool music, cool attitude. He drinks this thing, and away it goes. Gets pretty crazy. So you can see what I mean. It's pretty stylish sort of stuff. Away he goes, gets picked up, and off he goes. So it's pretty badass. And there he goes. So cool. You can see where that goes. You can watch the full video yourself, but that's kind of what was happening there. And of course, into the other side, you got here just in time. The other side is a gamified interoperable metaverse currently under development. The game blends mechanics from massively into a multiplayer online game, play games, M-Morphs, and of course, Web3 enabled virtual worlds. This is the meta RPG where players own the world. Your NFTs can become playable characters, and thousands can play to get together in real time. So this is the kind of stuff that's going on there. And of course, you got all these interactions here with the NFT projects. You got Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, Developers, Adventures. So it's all that participation. So it's a pretty big deal. Come as you are. So lots of cool stuff. You can check all that out on there too. And of course, you've got pretty cool stuff there. Keep watching. If you do watch the video, keep watching it to the end because it's pretty cool. But you can see this kind of high-end gamification metaverse here. And this, so this is a pretty big deal, I think, in the space. And obviously that caused the gas price to go moon there. People were paying like two Ethereum apparently in gas fees and stuff like that. So I think it was a pretty big deal to understand it. So, all right, that's what's happening there. And of course, if we check the old gas there, we can see, let me just refresh this. This is on Ethereum tracker. We can see that there are tons and tons of transfers, NFT owner claims, claim land. So NFT owner claimed land here. So lots of land claims in this metaverse, just going through just non-stop. Look, all these transactions just still going through at the moment. So pretty big deal. NFT owner land claim, atomic match there. So lots of different other functions. Not sure what all of them are. We've got transfers obviously in there. And of course, looks like there's 31,411 holders here for the max supply at the moment. It's 93,242 other. And of course, you can see all the stuff there. Obviously, you've got the contract details here, all the contract stuff with all the functions that you can have there. I haven't gone through all that as well, but you can sort of get an idea of what's going on. So a pretty big deal in the NFT metaverse space. And of course, you've got here on OpenSea, other deed for other side on OpenSea here. And you can see 107,000 Ethereum volume traded on here. So a pretty big deal. And of course, you can see, a minute ago, all these trades going through 5 Ethereum, 35 Ethereum, 13 Ethereum, all going through at the moment, 29 Ethereum. So other side deeds. So these other deeds are deeds to land, basically owning land, NFT spaces on the metaverse. And you can see it's a pretty big deal. Now we're going to end up seeing things like this on PulseChain, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. PulseChain is going to rip. It's going to roar. It's going to be like a lion. Lion. That's not a very good lion, but it's going to be a roar. I can't even get the lion roar, but hey, it's going to be pretty awesome. Don't mock me. Mock me. I did it on purpose. So you can mock me on that. But there we are. It's going to be pretty awesome. So here's the gas fees over a long period of time. So you can see that big projects like that, can really smash the gas fees. And of course, over time, we can see this is from January 2016 for Ethereum, and you can see the gas prices here on the left. So gas price in Gwei, and you can see it just keeps going. It's pretty low Gwei, and so a pretty low Gwei. Sometimes you can get incredibly low Gwei on there. Average Gwei price 11 Gwei, low price fractions of a Gwei, and you can see that back here in 2020 here. I remember it was good times. And once we start hitting here, so this is when we started hitting May 2020, and I started noticing it, and I'm sure you did. The gas prices start rising, and we had some pretty insane average gas price, 709 there. Max gas price there, it says 508 million. Sorry, 508 million. I'm not sure about that, but that's what it says on the chart here. But anyway, it's been pretty insane all the way since about May 2020. Congestion on the Ethereum blockchain has just smashed the chain. And of course, we've been experiencing high gas prices for the most time. Of course, June we got a bit of reprieve in 2021, and of course we're getting a little bit of relative reprieve at the moment in 2022. But of course, today was an exception to that. Of course, we had the super high gas fees today. So Ethereum gas fees, high gas fees suck, and that's from Deadpool himself. And he made a special appearance for Hex Token channel, just so you guys can know how he felt about it. But it's pretty badass. But anyway, gas fees at the moment are around about 62 Gwei. They have been as low as maybe 40, high 40s at the moment. So it is cheaper. If you're going to, as Prozzi says, if you're going to claim your Hedron, you don't want to pay $1,500, you might get a bit cheaper now at 63 Gwei. So there, it's just about waiting as well. 53 Gwei now. So there we are, it's jumping around. Normally Sundays, UTC time are the cheapest to get gas fees. But of course, you got a big project. That's not the case. But in any case, that is the kind of the problem as I see it. High gas fees. Deadpool agrees. But of course, that's where we're at. So before we get into the solution, let's get into the chat and see who's in the house there. Sandy Beach is in the house. Woohoo! Hey, everybody. Good to see Sandy Beach. What's up, Fanny? Heinz Crypto in the house. And Sandy Beach out with the beautiful emojis there. The doors, yeah. Love Jim Morris, says James Bond. Yeah, Jim. It was a great video. Hopefully I don't get pinged for it on YouTube here. Hopefully it didn't hear anything on through the soundtrack. Saved Ethereum for PulseChain equals freedom. That's absolutely right. Raw, says Dorperth. Raw, that's right. You did it better than I did. I was pretty crap at that raw there, but you did a pretty good job. Film director Kevin Smith is releasing his latest film as an NFT in 5555 copies. Maybe he's into Hex, says Chris. Maybe. Just maybe he is. That's a good insight there, Chris. JR says it may take a couple of days to a week for PulseChain to get ready, ripping it for transactions once mainnet launches. Yeah, that's true, JR. You're right. After things get sorted, watch out, PulseChain. That's true. I agree with that, JR. And 445 says, ready for the wave of insanity. It's possible for the tsunami to inflow to cause a circuit breaker crash of freeze for PLS to PLSX. True. And inflow, of course, separate. Alex K says, just got to be patient and a little luck with your transactions. Was able to catch low 40s twice today. And George says, hey, what's up, guys? Good to see you, George. Yeah, so this is kind of what's happening in the space. Obviously, PulseChain's coming. Bam! This is a solution. So we looked at the problem, and of course, everything on Ethereum is going to be copied over. So if you're on Ethereum, you're not familiar with PulseChain, not familiar with PulseX or Hex, then you will know PulseChain's coming now. So there we are. There's going to be, if you're pulling your hair out because of high ETH fees, PulseChain's coming, and it's the first system state copy of Ethereum. And here we are on PulseChain.com. I'm going to post that in the chat in case you haven't seen it. Of course, many of these links are in the video description, but definitely check that out. Woohoo, says Craig. Nice. Yeah, definitely check out PulseChain.com. So PulseChain will re-enable priced out use cases instead of launching empty. PulseChain brings the ETH system state and ERC20s. This rewards holders and founders of Ethereum-based projects. So everything that you've got on Ethereum, you're going to get copied over. That's pretty much what it says. Every single contract on Ethereum, there's over 500,000 tokens on Ethereum. They're all going to get copied over. There's all, obviously, the NFT contracts all going to get copied over. So all this sort of stuff here, all going to get copied over. All this stuff going to get copied over. Thanks very much. All this going to get copied. You heard me. That's how many times I can say it's going to be awesome. Now, the other thing, of course, we're going to have pretty awesome. Ethereum's going to actually benefit, of course, because PulseChain is going to be first system state copy. a lot of demand will come onto PulseChain. Ethereum fees will be generally lower by sharing its load. So that's a real positive too. You're looking for solutions. It's twofold. Ethereum's load will reduce with some of the demand going onto PulseChain. And the other side, of course, you'll have PulseChain where you'll be able to operate. And it's just like Ethereum, but it's going to be super fast, super cheap. And it's going to be really, really cool. You're also going to be able to obviously get the biggest airdrop. Basically, everything you got copied on Ethereum, and you copied over to PulseChain. So pretty cool. And all the prices start from zero. But of course, markets do wonderful things. And this is a twofold thing. So first thing we've got is what we call an AMM bot. It's going to set up liquidity pools. It's going to rationalize the ETH supply, which is the native token on Ethereum, to the Pulse token, which is the native token on PulseChain. The Pulse is what you'll be using for fees on PulseChain. ETH is what you use for Ethereum fees. And so Pulse is really going to be the main game on a PulseChain from a fee point of view. And of course, that's going to be rationalized about 1.2 million to 1. So that's going to be pretty awesome to see that. And of course, the admin bot's going to set up the liquidity, harvest all the copies in the pools. And of course, it includes version 2 and version 3 now. And of course, that's going to be pretty amazing. And so it's going to enable awesome liquidity and therefore support the biggest yield farming in crypto history. So it's going to be pretty fascinating. All the dexes are going to be harvested, well, at least the majority of them will be harvested and put into those pools. So it's going to be on a huge, huge scale. And of course, this is never seen before. So not only are you getting everything copied from Ethereum, you're going to have a massive, massive liquidity pools. And of course, Pulse is going to be the native token. That's the one you're going to be wanting to chase down to pay your fees. And of course, people will be speculating on that on the native chain because native chains are traditionally done the best. They've done the best. Ethereum, something like 16,000x. And of course, what will PulseChain do? That's a big question mark. But I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to do pretty well. Now, remember, on Ethereum, there's about 196 million wallets. And of course, all those wallets are being copied over. They'll get, or let's put it this way, they'll have the airdrop on their wallets, on their PulseChain. All you have to do is switch over from Ethereum in your MetaMask, add in PulseChain mainnet when it launches, maybe late May. And of course, add that in, switch it over, and you'll be able to access that. So you get a whole new world opening up as well. So it's going to be pretty cool. So it's going to be easy to use. You're going to have lower PulseChain fees and serves more. So PulseChain increases the throughput of Ethereum 4 times, so 4x. So instead of 13-second block times on Ethereum, you're going to have 3-second blocks times on PulseChain. So it's pretty awesome. And of course, that's going to remove pollution. We won't have proof of work. We will have a full proof of stake system and one that's open up to all stakers. So for the most part. So we're going to have 33 validators. Most people should be able to be able to stake with them unless they're extremely small. And then there's other alternatives for people that have got much smaller amounts of Pulse. Improved game theory. PLS has 0% inflation. So unlike Ethereum, has 0% and doesn't need any particular burning mechanism. However, it does have 25% of the fees are burnt to reduce the circulating supply. So the total supply of Pulse is at the beginning. So there's no emission curve of Pulse. And of course, with the fee burn, it's just going to get smaller and smaller over the years of operation. So it's really, really powerful deflationary tokenomics. PulseChain's native token PLS can be staked and delegated to validators. They reward the delegators with the largest percentage of fees. So you're going to be able to delegate with the validators and participate in supporting the blockchain, which is basically the first system state copy of Ethereum. So we've got the biggest airdrop, we've got the fastest, biggest yield farming, and of course, we're going to have the fastest way to mass adoption through the bridge. There's going to be a bridge between PulseChain and Ethereum, and then of course there'll be many third-party bridges. Talked about that yesterday in yesterday's video, so it's going to be amazing. This is the biggest thing to land in crypto. So if you thought that the other side was big in the NFT space, this is going to be like an earthquake inside crypto. It really is going to be pretty powerful when PulseChain launches. Now, the testnet's up and running. Is the third testnet, and of course, we're running at 3-second blocks at the moment, and we've got over 1.1 billion transactions on there so far, and pretty amazing. So the first testnet ran for 77 days. Second testnet ran for 103 days, and currently we're in about 6 or 7 weeks now for testnet 2B. This is the third testnet, and of course, mainnet is looks like it's just around the corner. Maybe late May is at the stage where we're thinking it's going to land. 50-50 in mid-May, maybe 75% a week later chance of it launching. So it's getting very close. And on top of that, of course, we've got the fact that the exchange, this is PulseX, it's like the Uniswap of Ethereum, and it is looking good. So you can see some of the test trading here up in the billions. Of course, it is a test net, so all the numbers are fake, but people are trading on this and mucking around, doing stuff, getting themselves up to date with how to use this. We can see that we got USDC Pulse coin there. We got PulseX. We got lots of tokens, incentive token. All of them have prices here, and of course they're going to have 24-hour volume, just like on Uniswap. Liquidity, of course, with the Moonbot harvesting all the liquidity dexes as well, and so it's going to be a lot of fun to see that play out. We got pools, of course, and that's going to be playing out too. So you can trade on the exchange, and that's going to be intense. The trading is going to be intense when PulseChain launches and PulseX launches. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be the talk of the town. This is where a lot of value out. This PulseX had potential, in my view, to take 50% of the DEX market share, and so we're going to see how that plays out. So that could be, $2.5 billion a daily trading volume. Obviously, it's going to ramp up to that, but it's going to be pretty interesting to see how PulseX performs. It's got the biggest airdrop in crypto history, the biggest yield farming incentives, and of course, deflationary tokenomics, and the fastest way to mass adoption. Everybody on Ethereum is getting an airdrop, so it's going to be a crazy madhouse. Very few people hold Pulse and PulseX at the moment. About 50,000 wallets hold Pulse. About 150,000 wallets hold PulseX. So there's a whole ton of people coming over that bridge, and it's going to be pretty crazy. Now, the yield farming also is going to attract not just Ethereum holders, but all the yield farmers on all the other chains. Many of those chains are relatively ghost chains. They're all going to be coming over for the yields and to get access to that. So the incentive token is going to be under big demand, and of course, any third-party airdrops. So the yield farming the incentive token will be in big demand. You can see the incentive token down here in some of the test pools. The pools, of course, third-party tokens are going to be in big demand. We've got an example here with the party token. That's going to be an example of many of the third parties what will airdrop to you, and you'll be able to do one-sided staking pools. You don't have to do liquidity and farming pools. You can just do one-sided pools. Obviously, that's not going to start straight away when PulseX launches, but that is expected to come. And of course, we have a cool voting DAO to be able to vote in projects and new policies and features potentially into PulseX. At the moment, we've just got trading and exchange, but limit orders will come. So you'll be able to do limit orders. We may have stop limit orders as well. And of course, you never know, margin trading could just be not too far away as well. And so that would actually capture a lot of market share of the exchanges. So we'll look for that in the future. That could be a third-party application, but we'll see. And of course, there'll be aggregators as well. So you'll be able to aggregate across trading pools and spread your risk across trading pairs in terms of price slippage. There's also going to be compounders. We'll see compounders being able to compound your flat return. So you'll have a good, strong APY and rather than just an APR indicator. And so you've got lots of upsides and incentives, and it's going to be so much fun to see that play out. So not only is PulseChain going to deal with the high gas fees that Deadpool and I are so against, but of course it's going to be also a place where you're going to have massive opportunities to earn passive income and really powerful incentives. And potentially PulseX could be the dominant DEX in the planet, and maybe it could even get to the chance to rival the second spot on the centralized exchanges. And let's see where the future holds. It could really surprise to the upside, and maybe even start to challenge Binance's dominant position, especially if it gets margin trading, if it gets onboarding, which we're expecting fiat gateways, onboarding tools as well. You never know how big this could get. So it's going to be a lot of fun, folks. And of course, the airdrop means that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do anything. You're going to get the airdrop anyway. And the market will price up those assets from zero. And everything starts at zero on PulseChain, and the PulseX will help price that up. And then, of course, there's going to be other whole ton of other applications coming on where you can earn passive income. It's going to be pretty powerful. So there we are, folks. Not only was it good news, it was great news that I gave you. The fees are not just going to be super cheap and the chain super fast, but of course, the chance to earn massive passive income is there for you. Obviously, you've got to make certain decisions. It's up to you to make decisions. Nothing on this channel is investment advice, but the opportunity is there. The opportunity. So that's really cool. So cheers, everybody. I'm excited. Got to have a few copies to celebrate that. There's also validators, of course. We talked about that. So we talked about PulseChain. There's the PulseChain validators. You can basically stake your PLS token. There's like Ethereum. Remember, Pulse is the Ethereum on PulseChain, and you can stake with the validators here. You've also got the Pulse Bridge here, so you're going to need to know how to use that. You'll be able to bridge tokens back and forth from Ethereum to PulseChain. So that's going to be amazing too. We'll see a lot of that on the after the first 1 or 2 days. First 1 or 2 days after the PulseChain launch will be ratio trading. And then after that, there will be everyone bridging over ERC20s and stable coins and stuff like that into PulseChain. And then we'll have good, strong US dollar prices, and we'll see where we go from there. So you do need to get used to the bridge if you want to bridge assets over. And of course, that's pretty much it, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. High gas fees are the problem, but PulseChain's coming. It's going to be the solution, but not any solution. It is going to be the biggest thing in crypto coming out. It is massive. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to move on to the second part of the live stream, though. We're going to get onto the Hex price because that's how we roll. Hex is already up and running. PulseChain is coming soon. Maybe mid-May, mid-late May there. So maybe late May, maybe mid-May. May is a pretty special time, mid-May or late May. So yeah, that's where it's going to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell for more information. Obviously, we're covering it non-stop on this channel. Craig says, hello, family. Cool. And E-Works is in the house. Maybe PulseChain launches 5th of the 5th at 5:55. Estimate 25% chance. Yeah, probably that's probably the case there, I think. Already we're up to the 1st of May, so that's only a couple of days away. So I think that that's might be a 5% chance of that, maybe 2%. Hi, everybody, says PSJ. I can see it. And Tintot says, what's up? It's crypto. And JR is in there too. Like, subscribe, and like, subscribe. Definitely, Craig says that. So I agree with Craig. And Craig's got the ducks as well. JR says, share this on your social media platforms. Yeah, definitely share this video around for sure. And what else we got in there? Thomas Turner's in the house. Hey, Thomas, good to see you. Is it stakes for the ducks? Looks like stakes for the ducks. Great stream, says JR. Hey, appreciate that. Navy veteran here at PSJ. Big shout out to the veterans. We appreciate all that you do for global peace and stuff like that. So very nice. Happy you're here. Absolutely. We'll jump through some of these. And Thomas says JR is much worthier than me. Give that man a tool, says Thomas. Nice 10 years, says PSJ. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so here we are on Hex price. Looking good. I actually think it's looking pretty good. Now, we did say, I've been covering this, did 3 live streams on the Hex price. And of course, I did say in those videos that this was the top. Remember, I've been saying that for weeks. This is the top here at this challenging period, 18.5 to 19 cents here to break through. We've got a target above it at 20 to 22 cents. Those are the 2 yellow lines there. And of course, we were watching this live. And of course, it had a big struggle to break this, and it didn't do it. And the reason why it was becoming less likely that it would do it is because we had such a big run up here. You can see this run up over 3.5 days. And of course, so it already had a big run. And of course, then it ran out of energy there. 20 cents was just too hard to get to. We had a spike there. That was just a MEV bot trade that pushed a buyer to have a higher price. After that, it started coming down here. But it's actually broken down. It broke down through all the angles. I've deleted all the angles here. It had about 3 angles. I deleted them all. And of course, here it was on the 4th angle here, and it's actually broken that now. So the 4th angle is broken. So that's let me just delete that. So that's gone. Now we have one left. We have one angle left. This is the last support angle. So you really want it to stay above this angle. Otherwise, it's going down. It's going down to the bottom. So basically at the stage, though, it's holding up pretty well, 16.2 cents. And yeah, looks like I'm feeling good about it. I think that it's a good chance that it will keep rolling up because we are getting closer to the PulseChain. And of course, if you want to get early access to the native token Pulse, you want to be able to, maybe you've got no Pulse, you didn't sacrifice for Pulse last year, so you're not getting that. Then you need to get some ERC20s, right? You need to get some ERC20s. There's going to be a day or two where you can ratio trade before there's real solid prices attached when the bridge opens up. And of course, you can get some ERC20s because you'll get part of the airdrop. So if you've got assets, you're going to get them copied over to PulseChain on the airdrop. and of course you can transfer ratio trade those. Now, which is going to be the best? Like obviously, many people are buying Hex that is, as a choice, but of course, if there's a certain amount of people selling Hex, maybe that might push the ratio down out of favor. So maybe one of the other ERC20s is going to be more favorable with the ratio. But once again, no one really knows. Obviously, we're going with the trend as your friend. And of course, if there are a certain amount of people buying Hex at the moment, maybe they're not going to keep holding the Hex. Maybe they're going to ratio trade. Many people have said they're going to be doing that. At least a certain percentage have said that. Although that has softened, I think, in the last wee while, based on the polls we've been doing. The other side, of course, is there's other ERC20s that you can get that might trade pretty well. Maybe the SHIB might do. SHIB is participating in PulseCon. There are other tokens out there too. So maybe SHIB is a good token that will ratio trade. Maybe Link, maybe Mana, some of these tokens. So this, once again, no one really knows. So it's very none of them. What I'm talking about is investment advice. It's really just talking about some of the top tokens that may trade pretty well with Pulse. So we're going to find out. We're going to try find out with that, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. But there's some options there, definitely, and maybe just holding on to some of those tokens might be really, really good, because when you're on a PulseChain, if you want to become a big whale in something, you might be able to get a whole ton of those coins before the market really prices it up over the next few months. So that's some optionality there too. Once again, no one knows. This is price discovery period. It really is a gold rush. So there'll be definitely some of them are going to get priced up. There'll be a gold rush, but which ones? That's sort of your educated guess. You got to do some homework, think about it, think about the pros and cons, and see which one does well. There's new tokens coming over, Trust Wallet and things like that. Talked about supporting PulseChain, so that could end up performing really well. Any token that's looking at any dev team that's already announced that they're going to be going on the PulseChain, and they've shown that they've been doing some development work. Those tokens may be really, really good on PulseChain. They'll probably get priced up because they're team supported. So there's lots of different things you have to think about in terms of PulseChain launching. It's going to be fascinating to see. A lot of the metaverses, a lot of the use cases that aren't doing very well because of high gas fees, they could get priced up really well on PulseChain, especially if the team has been acknowledging PulseChain in their chats or whatever. So you do have to, be in the know, as it were. And if you don't know, then maybe you can ask the teams on different chats. You guys going on the PulseChain, you're supporting PulseChain since all of your tokens are getting copied over. There's some food for thought there. If you're holding some position already in some token, maybe it's in the top 250 tokens or something, or maybe it's just in any of the tokens that are listed, say on CoinGecko or something, you could, hit up the team and say, hey, you guys are going to be supporting the tokens that's being copied over to PulseChain, so you can see whether that's a good token to keep holding. Otherwise, you might want to switch your tokens out to something else that you think that's going to be have a better chance of getting price appreciation on PulseChain. So it's going to be a lot of fun. People are going to find out. There's going to be winners and losers. There's going to be, there's lots of stuff on there. It's going to be, this is the way it is. So it's going to be pretty epic. Look forward to it. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be an awesome time. And of course, how big are the chain? How's the big is the chain going to get? How obviously it's going to start with Ethereum stake copy, so it's pretty big straight away. But what is the price value of all that? That's going to be fun to watch. The other thing, of course, is PulseX tokenomics is so amazing that we could see potentially billions of dollars of trade volume through there, and rival Uniswap, but perhaps surpass Uniswap and other dexes. So it could be fascinating to see. This is all coming in ahead of us, and of course, if you want a ticket, then you need to have assets on Ethereum to get the airdrop. If you have not participated in the PulseChain or PulseX Sacrifice, so it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, cool. Hex is looking not too bad though at the moment. 16.2 cents is at the bottom of the range. So it's moved into the next trading range, but is at the bottom of that range, but not quite at the bottom, but it's pretty close. 15.5 to 18.5 cents is where I have that range, and it's currently 16.2. It's still got one line of support here, as you can see in the orange there. So there were about 5 of those. We're down to 1 now, but I think it may have gone up to the next level, and now it's just trading sideways to the stage. We will see. All right, cool. We've got the Hex trading data, Hex data coming up. We're only 5 minutes away from the end of the day, A81. We're about to start day A82, and of course the Maximus contract will be active when we start the day. So 5 minutes away for Maximus contract. which they staked yesterday. That's going to be up and running. In fact, I'm not sure if we've got the details on that here on the Whale wallet. Not sure how far back that is. No, I can't see that, so that's cool. But that should be in play, and we should see that in the daily data as well. So that's going to be fun to see that. But anyway, payouts per Hex to T-share. If you buy Hex now, you don't have to ratio trade it. You can stake it. It is pretty much the best staking token out there. 38% APY for 6.42 years, 13% for 1 year. So pretty amazing. And yeah, I think it's about 11% annualized for a monthly stake, something like that. So it's pretty good. Yeah, the payout at the moment for T-share. So T-share means trillions of shares. When you stake your Hex, it gets burned and you get shares in return. When your stake matures, you then mint back your Hex plus the interest that you get, or what we call inflation, because basically you're sharing in the inflation of the token. And of course, you also get 50% shares of the penalties that you get when people break their stake early. They pay penalties, and of course, you get a share of that. So it's pretty neat. So at the moment, you can see the penalties, 214,000 penalties today, and liquidity in the pool, 150 million Hex in there at the moment. And the price, we're waiting to see what the day comes up with. It's going to be pretty fascinating to see that at the stage. So looking cool. We're going to cover that when it does finish in a couple of minutes' time, or probably takes about 10 minutes later to update. So we'll check that then. Hedron at the moment is 12.39, so not on the bottom. Reached the bottom was about 1,072. Currently at 12.39, so not too bad there. And how much Hedron is claimed, you might say. Obviously, Hedron is, if you've got Hex stakes, Hedron is pretty much an airdrop there, but it does have utilities like lending, XSI, wrap stakes, NFTs, which you can do. And you can also do lending as well of Hedron. So it's got a couple of utilities on top of the X contract. 73.8 trillion Hedron in the market at the moment. So that's how much is there. Maxi Miss is at 1611. 1611? Yeah, 1611. So that compares fairly well with Hex 16.2. So Maxi is pretty much going 1-to-1. There is speculation on how Maxi will perform versus DAO. It's kind of like a DAO. And of course, I do think that it's going to be interesting. I have my own views on that. I have expressed a few of them, and just mildly, to say the least. And we will watch that as the treasury value grows. We'll definitely be watching that. I don't think Maximus has got anything up yet, so we might check that while we're here. Let's check Maximus. Don't know if they've got any charting up at this stage. Let's see what's on the Twitter there. I haven't checked this. It's happening live, and we'll check that. And I don't know if they've got anything on there. No. So you can't mix Maxi, but we'll launch the launch pad on it. And I'll just switch over to Ethereum because of Ethereum. Now, everything on Ethereum gets copied over to PulseChain. So all these projects that are on there are pretty much getting copied over for the most part. So we're connecting up there. And let's see what's happening on here. This 23 hours ago, staked the 294 million Hex was staked. This is probably could be as high as 1 or 2% of circulating supply. That's public circulating supply, so excluding the origin account. 555 days, minted 42,000 T-shares, estimated yield 1.4 billion Hex there. What else? That's all they got there. So they don't have much else there, but we're going to stay on there as well. And let's go to the dashboard there. We're going to see whether they've got extra information here. I'm expecting a website refresh. I don't know if they're doing this. I'm expecting a website refresh with some charts with the treasury price and the Maxi price and things like that on it. And so I expect this here to be replaced. That's pretty much my expectations. Haven't seen much on there. So yep, day 80 was the day it started. We can see that's going to roll over in, it's rolling over now. So it's going to roll live now. So you put the stake in one day, it then rolls over the next day and it becomes live and it starts earning that inflation and stuff like that. So at the moment it's day 880. It's going to be pretty cool. You can see there's zero yield in there. That should start to accumulate some. And of course the Hedron should start showing up too. I guess they're going to do calculated Hedron. But that's coming up there for the maximum stake, so that's looking cool. We'll keep watching this over the next few minutes, see if whether anything happens. It should take another 24 hours, in my view, after it goes live, and then 24 hours later, it starts ticking over its yield, is what I'm expecting there. So that's looking pretty good on Maxi. We'll stay tuned with that PLSD. Hey, PLSD. So I did say that I thought the PLSD might go down to $2.22. The kind of support had actually gone lower than that, but it's still over $2 at this stage. It went down as low as $1.99.8, so just under $2. So that definitely went below the area I said it might go to, because we had a couple of little weak supports. But I did say the fact that this was a new chart, so this is weak. Even though I had these references, I did say it was a new chart, so anything could happen with this. And it's got low liquidity volume, $100,000 in there, so anything can happen with this. Market cap 6.3 million at the moment, but it is a free airdrop, so yeah, we'll see where it goes. Momentum's definitely dropping out of it though, so just be careful if you think that it's going to have a big rise. It may do. Sometimes these do have double rises where it goes up once, it comes down, it has another rise, but we'll see. I think it's weakening, to be honest, so we'll see. It's still obviously running through the claim phase. There are now 3 million PLSD claimed, so 3 million. There's 8,600 holders at the moment. And if we look at the contract, we can scroll down and see the number of claims are at 11,704. So if we take those numbers, 11,704, and divide it by about 91,000 stakers. I don't know exactly what was in the file, and I haven't counted the file. I could do that, but I'm not going to bother. So this is close enough. So 11.7 divided by 91, say, and that's going to be 12.8%. So probably just under 13% has been claimed so far. That's pretty good results, actually, to be honest. And of course, there's currently only 8,600. So many people have sold the PLSD who have claimed it, and no doubt they've either kept it in cash, Ethereum or USDC, or they've switched it over to Hex. And I know a lot of people have switched over their PLSD airdrop to Hex, but many are holding it. And of course, if you go to holders here, you will see the top list here is pretty impressive. We've got a lot of people holding it. A lot of people have speculated on it too. Would have accumulated some of them on market, and of course, this will all get copied over to PulseChain. So it's going to be fascinating, folks, to see that. And we'll check on the website to see what the countdown is. I think it's down to 88 days. So we'll scroll down to there. The timer is here somewhere. There we are, 88 days and 13 hours to go for this launch phase claim. And of course, we didn't jump to Hedron, but Hedron itself is also counting down a 100-day launch phase, and it is really not too far to go, to be honest. 4 days, 23 hours left for a 4x bonus. That's dropping down to 3x in 4 days. And so, yeah, start off at 10x. Every 10 days it goes down by 1x, and it's down to 4x at the moment, not far away from 3x. So the launch phase is getting through there. So what's that, about 66 days? 66 days, something like that so far on Hedron. So pretty cool. Make sure that's a free airdrop to you if you got T-shares. So just remember that. And of course, Pulse Dodge coin is a free airdrop to you if you got T-shares. Also, before the 20th of April there, free airdrops. So 2 free airdrops for Hex shareholders. That's why Hex is the best. And of course, that's the way it is. Hex is the best. It is. And of course, we have got PulseChain and PLS and PLSX coming. So that's a new opportunity to get into projects. They're much bigger projects, right? In some senses. In some senses, they are because PLS is the change. They are typically some of the biggest valued assets or platforms in crypto. If you go through CoinGecko, the top list there, you will see that a lot of the most highest valued priced up projects are chains, dexes, and centralized exchange coins, things like that. And then you'll find metaverses, NFT, top NFT projects, and things like that are lending platforms, typically valued up in the top 100. So that's kind of where you're heading there. I suspect that we're going to get more metaverses getting priced up over time as they incorporate a lot of the other projects in there. So that's probably going to happen too. And when we say metaverse, it's quite a broad term. It has a lot of different definitions. But essentially, essentially stuff that's not necessarily using was it the old 3D glasses on? I can't remember. Oculus, not using Oculus on it. It's a lot. So it's maybe just digital land and things like that, and NFTs as characters and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. I actually watched. To be honest, I actually looked at a video on the latest best games on Oculus, and I was not impressed. It's still quite. I don't know. It still reminds me of a Spectrum graphics in 1987 or something. It's still got a long way to go for that point of view. But there are some good games. Looks like there's a couple of good games coming out that may start to move us forward there. Let me know in the chat if you've got an Oculus and you actually play 3D games, and there's anything that you think that looks kind of realistic, and I'd be keen to know. So that's cool. That's lots of what's happening there. Now I've got going to go on to something really big here, and let me just go over to the markets here. Markets are looking better. So Bitcoin at 38,500, Ethereum at 2,800. So just a little bit better than yesterday, up a couple of percentage points. This is good. We want these kind of prices when PulseChain launches, because that's going to help value the chain and the exchange up really well. As people have got a lot of asset value, that's very important for us. So very, very cool. Now, the other thing, of course, if you haven't got into Discord, we're heading up to 300 people here. This is a syndicated Discord. So we've got Gen Hex, Craig Wadding, and we've got Heinz Crypto, and of course here, Superman here on Hex Token channel. And of course, we're going to get others here as well. And of course, so you can get YouTube and Twitter video notifications, useful links here to all the great links here for if you want to use particular things, PulseChain, PulseX, and things. We've got tutorials here as well. We're going to be building up both of these libraries here. And of course, we've got 288 members, so awesome. We're way up from yesterday. Probably up about 25 from yesterday. So get in there. 300 is our next target. Get into it. We've got general chat and price chats, non-crypto chats for Richard Hart tokens. So that's if you're RH Maxi, get into those chats. We've got PulseChain risky projects here. So if you're into new projects on PulseChain, airdrops and things like that, we've got new token chat for that. And the links are separated out below. And of course, if you're a Hex Token channel member and you can hit the join button, you've got PulseKins, Hexkins, Richard Hart Club. Join that and you'll get access to the private chat there for Hex Token channel members. Plus, you'll also get a purple name in the chat there. Otherwise, you'll have a blue name in the chat there as well. So cool. Get in there, folks. It's definitely getting more lively every day. So get into that for sure. All right, cool. That is that. We've got something big there. I'm going to leave that for a second. We're going to come back to the Hex price, and I'm going to get into the chat there before we talk about something that I think could be quite big. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Then we get into the chat, so I'm miles behind. I do apologize. Let me get in there. Dave says, are you bold enough to put up a daily countdown clock yet? Well, I don't think we need to. I think we've got that's Richard's job, right? Richard Hart, the founder, that's his job. And of course, I think we've got mid-late May is kind of the point there. 50-50 for mid-May and 75% a week later. That's Richard's call. He's the man that pulls the trigger. And we just relay information as it comes in. And sometimes we make our best guesstimates on it. That's probably the way there, Dave. I like your sense of humor, though. Bob Flish says, woohoo, g'day, everybody. Is horrible. Bring on PulseChain. Absolutely. If you're new from Ethereum and you're not familiar with PulseChain or Hex, anything, man, PulseChain is going to be the opportunity. The biggest thing in crypto coming up in the next couple of years is PulseChain, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Nathan says, rip Solana. Yes, Solana's had another outage, another down outage there. So that's what I mean. You've got to be in with the winners. And of course, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hex was pretty much the best price chart for most of 2020, 2021, and its future is still growing. PulseChain is coming, demand is increasing, supply is dwindling. So Hex is going to be pretty awesome, and it's going to be on both chains. Now, sometimes you might say, both chains, what's that going to mean? Well, I think it means that if you're holding Hex, you got T-shares, you got two forms of passive income. They can't be too bad, right? And the pumpamental mechanisms still apply with a slight difference in terms of the ETH fees. So that's probably the only thing. But ETH 2.0 will eventually get there, and that will help keep a lid on the ETH fees over time. So I wouldn't count that side out. So I think we've got two pretty good chains. Hex is the way to go for sure. Chris says maybe there'll be a cool announcement on the 5th of May, at least, says Chris. Possibly. I see the percentage pretty low. We've talked about this many times. Richard could do a surprise launch but he does still, in my view, the one big thing he's still got to do, and that is he's got to do the launch staging and the block height. So that's the things that I'm waiting for. I think the V3 liquidity is probably doing pretty good. He did say he had to review that though, and the SAC balances are pretty much there, aren't they? I think we're pretty happy with that. I think they're pretty close. We might get another version, who knows? But I think it's pretty much done. So it's looking good, man. That DevOps having enough capacity for the load volume on PulseChain is probably the main thing. Having a wrap staging sheet, launch phase for the devs. They go, bam, we're going to do this, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Thomas says, I would put a 19-day clock on, says Thomas. Yeah, we could do that. Could do the 19-day clock, but but what happens if it doesn't start that day? It starts a week later. It ruins our clock. Like all SAC balances are complete, says Chris. Yeah, I think for the most part they are. Before Memorial Day, says JR. Get Hex says, hi Superman and Fam Bam. Happy Sunday to you all, says Get Hex. Yeah, I hope you guys are relaxing now on Sunday. Human Hex Track says, what up, family? Hey, good ups. What up? Hey, nice. And see Ison, just trying to using Solana. Man, that chain is pure trash. Something is so hype for nothing. Hexkins, I don't recommend. Don't get screwed by bad working admin for key products. Yeah, and Richard posted something on Solana, wasn't it being down? So there we are. It's not just Ethereum having gas fee problems. Happy says Tintop. Nice. Let's jump through some of these. Mick says, isn't there a massive stake ending soon? May. There is actually a big stake ending in May. $1 billion one. Well, at least there's a $1 billion candle there, which no doubt has some pretty big stuff in it. So we will watch that. That is true. Was it the 13th, I think? Anyway, we're going to come up to the Hex Day stakes here. Let's have a look. We're going to go down. Must have updated now. Let me refresh here. Sunday's going to be a bit delayed on the update. What time is it? At 12:13. Yeah, it may not be up for another 5 minutes on the update there. Yeah, it's not out yet, so it's coming up though. Let's have a look at the stakes. Now that you've talked about it, you've refreshed our mind on the big 1 billion candle. Now, this is the biggest candle of the year, right? This candle from memory. So we're going to scroll down. So this is the candle here. This one right here. This big giant thing here. I'm not sure if this still works, but we're up to April. So we've got this big giant candle up the front here. This is the next year ahead, and we've got this big giant candle. It's coming out here. What day is this? 270. Is it reading right there? Maybe I should use the other one there. We got this just giant one here. Was that reading right? I think that's reading right. Expiring stakes 133. That doesn't read really well. I'm going to go to the other site. It's probably a bit better to read that one. Let's pull up Hex. No, not that one. I did that one already. Hex Vision's a bit easier to read. Pulling it up, folks. Hex, the big giant stake coming. I don't know what day is it now. Second. Was it the second? I thought it was the 13th that was coming out, but hey, we'll have a look down the bottom. Here it is here, this big giant thing here. This is, well, it was the 28th. So what's the 28th? That can't be right. Let us, it's got 7 days. Let me have a look here. I actually think some of this stuff came out. Did it come out already? It was May originally. Let me have a look here. Now, oh no, I don't want that. No, I want that now. Start date. All right, cool. And show dates. And I don't want too long. I don't want too long again. Let's say let's go to months. Let's go to months. And we're gonna just look at the next 6 months. Let's scroll that down. 6 months from now. Let's update that. Oh, what? I broke it. I'm terrible. I broke it. Let me refresh it. I'm gonna have to do it again. It's gonna happen, folks. Don't worry. Just hold your horses. Oh no, I broke it. What? Oh, okay. My time period was broken. I broke it. That all happened on live stream too. That's terrible. I broke the Hex Vision. Who is it? It's the Staker app dev that runs this. I'm trying to remember his name now. Blue bun, is it? Blue bun. Did I really break it that bad? Let me go to the query custom range again. I did not. I had now. I did. Now the start date, end date, and let's do 1 year. Let's do 1 year. Why is it still red? I seriously, I have today. Let's do today and update that. Is it going to work? Today. Has that just got today's in it? 602 million maturing. I've really screwed up this thing. This is hilarious. This is quite funny, to be honest. 70 minutes ago. No, I wanted now. I wanted now on this. I wanted now. Now in a day. No, I don't want a day. I want another month. I want a couple of months ahead. So anyway, this is funny. I want the months ahead. Oh, you silly thing. Update. Oh, that's just terrible. Oh, this is disaster. This is a disaster on live stream. This is crazy stuff. I do this all the time. And today I've really botched this up. There's something I'm doing that's just not, that's got having a fit with. No, not next to 9 months. Now, I want relevant. All right, so what the heck? Not seconds ago. I want the day. Anyway, this is turning into a comedy act, but there we are. Oh, well, that's we'll just leave that. There's a stake coming out, and you saw it there earlier. It is coming out there. That's hilarious, that is. I've turned into a comedy show. I'm just one big comedy show now. Joe says, whoa. What do you think a good ratio for Hex for pulses? Probably 35, Dave. 35. And Chris says, yeah, man, I sense more Hex pumps incoming for launch, run up for the doubling. Me too, Chris. I'm with you on that. Keep staking family. Yeah, that's true. What else is there? How about a maxi? And we get a copy. It is awesome. Yeah, so true. What else we got in there? Got a couple comments there. Hex Hodl says that even with maxi stake, we're now at 6 Hex T-share per day, even without penalties. So with the maxi stake with 42,000 T-shares, that hasn't affected the T-share payout too much, is it? That's a really good observation from Hex Hodl. If Hedron hits 1/10 of a penny, it will be enough to cover the US national debt, says Hex Hodl. Yeah, that's true. And we just got paid, says Hex Hodl. We did. So it is payday on there. And let us jump back. I'm going to have another go on the Hex charts. Let's use the Hex charts because at least that was working. After my, I have no idea why I botched up the query there. Was it my fault? Was it user fault? It probably was user fault. That's typically the case, isn't it? So there is the stake, though. That's the big candle that we're talking about. Yeah, there it is. That's pretty big. So is that the 17th of May? 2nd of May, 3rd of May, 3rd of May. I think it's that candle. It's hard to hallucinate there. We've got that candle. There it is there. What day is that? Is that the 10th of May? Looks like the 10th. Looks like the 10th of May. Yeah, 10th of May, 272 expiring there. So that's the one we're talking about, that big candle there. We haven't got too much later in the year, all the way through. What's that? August 22. We've got this big candle here. That's coming up there, 2nd of September. We've got this one here. 404, and then this one here. I'm not getting the top of this candle. Oh, I got the top. There we are. So yeah, 1.1 billion Hex there is in that candle. What's it going to do? What's that candle going to do when it finishes? That's the question. What is that candle going to do? Finally, we got to the end of that candle. Finally, we had to do it though, didn't we? We had to. You can't give up. That's the thing. You can't give up, even if you do. So here's the daily stats out. Day 881, 1st of May. 5.7% decrease in price, 16.2 is the closure. We've got another payout, 6 Hex per T-share. That is so good. We got a dot day again. We've had an interesting last 10 days. Our share rates increased by 6.49. Our massive one, 239. It was a big stakes coming out with big returns. We had a couple of dot days. We had 6 and then 0, 6.1 and 0. So we've had 4 dot days there. No increase in share rate, but share rate is only going up to the right, 21,670. Makes it more expensive. You can get Hex T-share for about 7,225 or something Hex if you do a 10-year stake. So that's the way you get a lower T-share rate. And $3,500 for T-share at the current value. not too bad at all. What else we got there? 6.48 years is the stake length. That is a new all-time high for the average stake length. 6.48 years just continues to increase. Pretty impressive, obviously, with the share rate there, annual percentage yield rate. So this is the compounded rate when you have compounding type of 1 year. APY there is 37.82%, as opposed to APR. Includes inflation and earning and stake penalties there. We've got 150 million in the liquidity pool. We had 136 the day before. But of course, it's not just the market moving the amount of liquidity by buying more Hex or selling more Hex. It's also whether people are providing more Hex and US dollars or ETH into the liquidity pool. So just remember that. So that's cool. What else we got? I'm just going to look for the stats for the staker one there. Change in circulating supply up 114 million. And the change in stake supply 100,000 down. So this is definitely our stake from Maximus yesterday. From the looks of it, what else we got going there? Stake percentage of coins now, it was jumped from 9.6 to 9.65, is now 0.963, and that's where that is. We got a low penalties today. Our wallet growth has been really good lately. Look at this: 7158216 We're up to 450,000. Congratulations, that was awesome. And of course, we're heading up to 500,000 total holders. But those are the better numbers. Our staking numbers are relatively low. We did have a couple of good days in the office of staking, but a bit lower today, obviously, with the price changes. And what else? Current holders up 277, almost up at 300,000 current holders on the Hex. So that's not too bad. And here we are at the moment. So we'll just see where we get up to. 5.98 is the base payout per TC at the moment. 5.98. So there we are. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, we had some Hex pull out their other staking supply, 100 million. We do have the stakes coming out in May, as we say, coming up. What else? I think that's it. We're going to have a quick look at Maximus, see whether they did any update here on their Twitter, see whether they've got anything here. 21 hours, no, nothing there. And let's check the Maximus website and see whether it's. I don't think it's going to show anything up till tomorrow, because you put the stake in one day, it goes live, and then 24 hours it will have your first interest, is the way I would have thought it was going to be. It's been a long time since I've done that, to be honest. When you stake longer pays better, then you get longer pays better, and you forget about the mechanics of it. That's what happens. We'll go to dashboard. We are 23 minutes into the new day. So let's have a look here. Yeah, that's not going to show up till tomorrow. That stuff there. Cool. All right, nice. I think we covered that pretty well. Let's get back to the Hex price. We're up to an hour and 7 minutes. We're doing pretty well here. And here is our price here, 16.2 cents. Not too bad at all. Now, Tim says, I was hoping to move assets around this morning. Had to just walk away from those insane fees. That's true. But PulseChain saves it, Tim Top. PulseChain is coming to save you. Of course, you'll spend most of your time on PulseChain. You'll never want to leave. That's true. Let's see there. Alex K says, HSI stake addresses seem to be eligible for PLSD airdrop, but I don't know if there's a way to actually get it, since you don't control those addresses directly, only via Hedron contract. That's a good question for probably Alex. Alex, you could ask Alex. That's probably the way to go. I swapped PLSD for $3.50 for Hex. Well done there, Craig. Nice grab, Jen. I'm going to play the limited supply at least to 2023. We'll see. Hey, Thomas, yeah, I do think that's a big advantage of Pulse Dogecoin. But once again, we'll see. But that is definitely a clear advantage with that limited numbers. I don't think we'll get 12 million. We got 3 million at the moment. We got 88 days to go. But I do think that maybe we'll end up with 5 million, maybe 5 million, something like that. Any suggestions on what to convert my one BTC into prep for the snapshot other than Hex? Well, it'd just be the top coins, Shiba, things like that, Link, Mana, Uni, possibly, things like that. Some suggestions there. What else? Wrap, I guess Wrap BTC. I'm just not sure. Yeah, it should be all right. Wraps once again is backed. It's backed, so maybe not Wrap back BTC. Top Luna, Wrap Luna just took the number 4 spot on ETHScan, barely, says Top. But would like to see Superman take, says Thomas. And keep up the great work, friend. You do a great job streaming and informing everybody on what's going on. Hey, Ballot Brand, thank you very much. Great to see BB in the house. This is a community legend and awesome content creator. And so awesome stuff. Ballot BB's been doing lots of videos lately. I've been seeing them every day. So cool. BB's cheers. You all rock and carry the torch. That's true. And hey, this community is going to explode when PulseChain launches. So I hope you guys are ready for that. If you think that the chat gets busy sometimes now, you wait till later on. It's going to be insane. And it's insane in the membrane, as I always say. Kato's in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, good to see you, Kato. And Tidnot says, I need dry powder in case there is a dump on the 30th. Yeah, that's the other thing is that you can, your PTC, you can keep stable coins, something like that on the ETH chain, and you can always bridge those over. But it depends on whether you want to front run that, which is probably a good idea if you want to pick up Pulse. And PulseX is to front run that with the ratio trading. So yeah. So look here, moving through. Mick says 1.15 billion ending the 9th of May. Thanks, Mick. I finally got there at the end. It was pretty funny though. All right, let's go. It's okay. Comedy show adds that value, says Beam D. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can't live stream. You can't live stream every day without having something go wrong. That's why normally I don't like always. It's good to prep at least your basics, because at least you reduce the chances there. There's one thing I'm going to stop doing though that I've done I think two times, and I'm going to stop doing that. So I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm going to sort of wonder how high can Hex go. Hey, Hex can go into the dollars, tens of dollars. Definitely can do that in time. And Alex K says T-share total drop from yesterday despite the giant maxi stake. And yeah, we had the 100 million coming out, Alex. May does have a few stakes coming out, so that's probably the reason. I believe that stake just went live tomorrow. We'll see any impacts. Yeah, that's true. So it just went live, the maximum stake, and we'll see the like I say, we'll see the update. This hedron and stuff should show up tomorrow as well. So cool. People will be looking out for that. They've already got their maxi. They're gonna go, where's my hedron? Where's my hex? Where's my hex? That's gonna be funny. Now we see what the price does. Maybe the price might do a little jump when who knows? Just teasing really. How you doing today? Hex Token says RDM. Very good, thank you. Butch says, should I stake my Hex now or keep it in wallet until Pulse is released and stake then? No, Butch, I'll just stake now. The share rate is only going up, so you better you stake today. Let's say that PulseChain launches in 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks where the share rate will keep going up, and so you'll get less T shares, or at least less B shares, or whatever you're going to get. You'll get less. So better today. You are going to get copied over to PulseChain, so you'll have your stake on PulseChain too. You have 2 stakes, one on Ethereum, one on PulseChain if you get staken. So get into that. Jim actually says, when PulseChain launches, it's going to be insane. I'm ready for the work loan. Yeah. So Pump says Jim Rat Crypto. Yeah. Hey, Jim Rat Crypto, I'm going to be watching your video today, Jim Rat Crypto. I just watched a little bit so far. I've watched the beginning of your gym one today, Jim Rat Crypto. So I'll be watching your gym video. If you guys haven't seen that on Jim Rat Crypto, in fact, I'm going to pull it up on YouTube. Let's get on to that. And Jim Rat Crypto. Let's go to Hex Token. We're going to go Hex Token. Bam. And don't you love that thumbnail? Is that thumbnail cool? Is that a cool thumbnail? Deadpool. I love Deadpool, man. Crazy though. He swears a bit too much, but I like he's a fun character. All right, so let's go to channels. We're going to go to Jim Rat Crypto. So down here with the ripped abs. Look at that, ripped abs. So we're going to jump on Jim Rat Crypto. And of course, look at this great branding. Awesome branding on this channel. And of course, really cool topics. So if you haven't subscribed to Jim Rat Crypto, go and subscribe. Definitely get into it. But his latest video is Crypto in the Morning, Crypto Fitness Challenge Day 1. So if you're into fitness like I am, although I'm I'm not in fit at the moment, but maybe I'll get inspired by Jim Rat Crypto. And I'm going to go for a walk today after this live stream. And of course, get into that. So I'm going to be watching that later today. I've watched the intro so far, so I'm going to watch the rest of it in between live streams. So definitely get into Crypto Fitness Challenge. And it's great to see this as well. So cool. Get into that. Very, very cool show. Nice. Got Sam Stolt there as well. So Sam Stolt there is the co-host there with Jim Rat Crypto. Big shout out. So really, really cool. And doing some good shorts there as well. Nice use of shorts. Very cool. Hey, Hex Token's in there as well. Woo-hoo-hoo. So don't forget to subscribe to Hex Token as well. Very, very nice there. Big shout out. There is the channel. I'm going to post this in the chat as well. Smash out the subscribe on that if you haven't. Bam, hit that. Very, very cool. All right, so let us jump out of there, and we're going to go back to the Hex price and rock it out to the DMV. Jen Hex says, Craig says, have to do a thing, have a bounce. See you later. Hey, Craig, thanks for that. And it's nice to see you on that show earlier today as well. Hex down under in there. Ciao. Have a good night, says Sandy Beach. Let's have a look here. How much impact will a $1 billion stake ending have? Well, it's going to have a huge impact, Dave, after 15 years on the share rate. So there's going to be massive jumps in the 15-year out there. What's that year? 2037, something like that. That's going to have a big impact. So yeah, that's talking about the Hex God stake and things like that. That's going to have a big impact. But I tossed out some bad photos. Bob Boyle says with the house with the emojis. Let's do it, says Jim Rat Crypto. Yeah, RH projects on PulseChain are going to rule, says Chris. They are going to be absolutely amazing. Thumbnail is so sick, says Jim Rat Crypto. Yeah, I love the thumbnail, man. It's probably my second favorite thumbnail. I think I made one better, but because the other one I made, I actually did quite a bit of editing, and so that was pretty good with the horror house. That was pretty cool. But I did a bit of stuff there. Friends in the bar says, are penalties included in the T-share price? Were only added at the end state. So they included in the share rate. So it's based on the pretty much the ROI in there. So it reflects the compounding. Deadpool was amazing, says Bob Wells. Dude, great job, says Grim Record. Walks are the best. That's true. And I'm going to be doing that walk today. It's sunny outside. It's got quite nice warm temperature. Thanks, buddy. Listening from Bris Vegas, says Butch. Appreciate you so much, man. Hey, Crypto, right back at you, man. Keep up the killer work with you and Sam. Really is good. Your channel is just starting to really ramp up in terms of just the number of people watching. So you're just going to explode, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's going to be huge. Hey, Chris says, hey, Superman, do you know that Richard Hart has some birthday as the guy that played Superman and Superman Returns? Brandon, bro. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's pretty funny, man. We should, yeah, trivia is pretty cool. Trivia is good. We should do some trivia sometimes. Maybe, hey, maybe I'll do a trivia show on here. That's a good idea. Deadpool is Team Hex. Yeah, Deadpool is in Team Hex. So if you're new from Ethereum, you're not involved in PulseChain or Hex, anything like that, Deadpool is Hex Maxi. Daniel, do I need to claim Hedron for this stake on Maxi? Or is it automatic? It's automatic there, Daniel. Automatic. The contract's going to do it all. You just sit back. You got your Maxi token. It's your ownership token. That's all you're going to be doing. You just hodl that. So, yeah. All right, cool. We're coming up to now 20. Let's see what we're doing on there. 12:34. Looking good. Now, we're going to wrap up soon because I'm going to be back on second live stream later today. You guys know how that we rock here. 2 live streams a day. And so I will catch you guys in how long time? Half an hour, 4 hours, just under 5 hours away. I'll be doing second live stream. So I'll see all you guys there. Hey, thanks very much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Smash the like button. How many likes? We've got 63 likes. Come on, we can do better than that. If you haven't liked, hit the like button. And of course, on the way out, and definitely if you hit the bell. If you want more videos, hit the bell and smash out the comments. And if you're watching this after the live stream, put in those comments. I respond to every single comment. That's how we roll in this community. So definitely do that as well. Cool. We've also got LOL. Yep. And Bob Wells there with the emojis. Crypto Sloth is live now. Yeah, jump over to Crypto Sloth. Let's see who's live on Hex Streamers. Let's strictly jump on Hex Streamers and see who's live at the moment. I don't know if Hex Sloth's on here. Obviously, Hex Token and Pulse Radio is on. Offline is these ones. And coming up is KSB. Oh, no one's. Is anyone coming up? No one's coming up there at the moment. So get the Crypto Sloth. He's live. I saw him on a thing earlier there, so definitely get on that. Cool. Liked. Prezai said like. Nice. Hang later, says Bob. You know well. And Daniel says thank you. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you, says Sandy Beach. Mom says thanks, Hex Token. Hey, you're welcome. So I hadn't hit the like button, says Bob. Me bad. Yeah, smash that like on the way up. All right, let me type out my sign off. You know me. I have to sign off. Thanks for watching. And I will catch you guys in less than 5 hours' time. Boom. Boom, yeah. And if you're a Hex Token channel, smash those emojis. Get into Discord. Links in the top of the video description. And there we go. All right. That's all from me, Superman, your host. Bow. Pow wow. Pow wow. Pow wow. All right. Bye for now.